Hello, my name is Peter Nguyen, product manager here at Dell Technologies for Omnia. Omnia was introduced in June of 2021 as our cluster management software for HPC, AI/ML, and data analytics. The goal of Omnia is to simplify the job of the IT sysadmin in the HPC space. Now, what's unique about the HPC space is that the number of nodes, rather than being in the single or double digits, may number into the hundreds or thousands. At the same time, like any other cluster, the steps involved in setting up a cluster are numerous and tedious. So for example, if you're setting up a head node and control plane, you're going to need to install OS on bare metal. You're going to need to discover the switches. You're going to need to set up the fabric. You'll need to set up authentication authorization boxes. Once that's done, then you go to your compute nodes where you would say, set up a container with OSs, drivers, math libraries, and then finally set up a way to submit jobs, distribute those jobs, and then read back logs and telemetry to the user. So one thing that people have been doing is using scripts that they find on the web. And so you could say, why couldn't I just download those Ansible scripts myself and run them? You could, or you could let Dell Technologies do that work for you and perform all the debugging so you don't have to. And so Omnia is essentially the glue that combines and holds all these Ansible playbooks together. So today I'd like to talk a little bit about what new features are available in version 1.3. And so with Omnia version 1.3, we've broken things down into three large buckets. The first one I have here is hardware changes. So we've added support for PowerVault ME5. So ME5 and ME4 can be accessed via a network file store for the head and all the compute nodes. We've added some support for BOSS RAID controllers. We've also added 14 and 15G AMD support. So we've made sure to add support for the two most popular models, the XE8545 and the R6525. In terms of software infrastructure, we've added LMOD, Dynamic Environment Module. So this allows you to change your user environment without having to set up a new container. So things like paths can be modified on the fly. We've also added OS support for bare metal on multiple boxes. So we've added RHEL 8.5 for the head node, the control plane, the compute nodes. Rocky 8.6. I should mention here that we previously already added 8.5. We've got CentOS on the compute nodes. We've got Leap OS 15.3. We've also added Ansible command line for telemetry, device config, Slurm and Kubernetes installation on the compute and the manager nodes. Finally, for telemetry, we've added support for that for the RHEL compute nodes. And then for the application software stack, we've made some minor upgrades. We've added Ansible module upgrades, MPI, Prometheus, which is used for the telemetry. We've also added BGFS and NFS bolt-on support. So bolt-on support meaning we run their installer. And so we would love for you to join the Omnia community here on the GitHub. You can add your profile, you can create a fork, submit an issue, create a pull request, or you can contact your Dell Technologies rep in order to get paid support. And so in order to get support for Omnia, what you'll need to do is you'll need to ask your sales rep for Pro Support or Pro Support Plus. This will give you device support. And then on top of that, what you're going to need to ask for is Pro Support for Omnia. So this will give you L1, L2 support for anything that we write ourselves. And then on top of that, you can also add in support for HPC if you need HPC specific guidance. And then there's also deployment that you can also ask for. So thank you. Again, this is Peter Nguyen from Dell. Thank you for your time today. Look forward to talking in the future. Cheers.